From a lightning strike in the UK that nearly took out these boaters, and a close call in Colorado Springs that knocked one man off his feet, to a home outside of Moscow that went up in flames after being struck, and a powerful jolt in Queensland that almost ruined this family's vacation. Here are 15 of the most incredible lightning strikes caught on camera. Ormond Beach, Florida, is a small city directly north of Daytona in Volusia County. It's known locally as the birthplace of speed, as some of the earliest motorized cars used Ormond Beach's hard-packed sand to drive on before paved roads were a thing. April 11th of 2021, however, wasn't a good day for beach driving. It was raining and lightning was striking all around this small hotel. A husband and wife were out on their balcony recording the storm when things got a little too close for comfort.
Babe, I'm going inside. I don't know, but... Do you want to come inside? Oh my god. Yes! Babe! We're not moving here. You're not working in this. Oh my! Oh, Quinny, you're okay? Oh.
As the story goes, this couple was considering a move to the Sunshine State. The husband was a line worker and didn't think finding a new job would be difficult. After this, they seriously reconsidered their plans. It's unclear where they were vacationing from. Wherever it is, they probably don't have lightning storms like this. On June 29th of 2021, a powerful thunderstorm loomed over a small village outside of Moscow. Meanwhile, a local man watched and recorded from his high-rise window. He was waiting for something spectacular to happen, as several lightning strikes had already occurred in the area. He just didn't think he'd catch something this wild on camera. The lightning strike was enough to set the roof of that building on fire. Remember, a single bolt can superheat the air around it to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Watch as people flee the building while the local fire department tries to get things under control. Unfortunately, the fire proved too much for them to handle at first. It spread quickly and soon engulfed the entire roof. If the fire department didn't act fast, it had likely burned the entire building down. After several minutes of fighting, the fire department was able to get this blaze under control. Our cameraman eventually moves outside where he gets a better view of the damaged house. The roof is destroyed, but the building still looks intact. Think about it. All that damage stemmed from a random lightning bolt. It proves Mother Nature will show her ugly side when she wants to. Timberline Landscaping is, well, a landscaping business in Colorado Springs, Colorado. On June 7th of 2018, two men were working on a trailer hitch outside the East Warehouse. The wind was picking up, and it looked like a storm was approaching overhead. They thought they had time to pack up and get inside, but the sky had other ideas. Slowed down, you can see where the lightning bolt hit the truck, moved through the trailer, and took a chunk out of the ground. Bits of dirt go flying as the older of the two gentlemen flees the scene immediately. Thankfully, neither man was seriously injured during the lightning strike. We actually spoke to the company involved while making this video and asked them what they had to say about the experience. They responded with, "It's good to be aware of your surrounding even if a storm is far away." Heathrow Airport is the largest of 6 international airports servicing the Greater London area. It was the busiest airport in Europe in 2023, with the most international connections in the world. All this to say, there's a lot of air traffic in and out of London. Something wild is bound to happen. On April 27th of 2016, a plane spotter outside Heathrow captured a 1 in a billion moment on camera when lightning struck a passing plane. Before panicking about your next flight, know that planes are designed to withstand lightning strikes. The metal hull keeps you safe inside, allowing the bolt to pass seamlessly through the plane. In fact, if you freeze this video at the right time, you can see where the bolt hit the left wing, passed through the plane, and exited through the right wing. Something similar happened in the skies over France on February 3rd of 2016. While on a flight to Paris, a passenger began recording the clouds outside their plane. It's unclear if they'd already seen lightning or just happened to be filming at the right time. Taking it frame by frame, you can see where the lightning comes off the wing and continues on its path. It almost looks like it came from the ground, which is plausible since lightning can travel from the ground to the clouds. You can also see this thin line coming off the wing as the plane moves away from the impact site. The shock of a lightning strike is equal to 1 billion joules of energy, or about a quarter ton of TNT. How then are planes able to withstand that much power? Well, it's all thanks to the skin around the cabin and the interior compartments designed to conduct and reroute electricity. In fact, planes undergo rigorous lightning testing before entering service. You'll hear and likely feel the lightning strike, but it can't hurt you. It's bound to happen to you eventually. According to estimates, each plane in the US commercial fleet will be hit by lightning at least once per year. Gladstone, Australia is a coastal town in the Gladstone region of Queensland. It's home to about 34,000 people and will see its fair share of tourists from around the world. On October 28th of 2017, a Brisbane family was stuck inside while on holiday in Gladstone. A storm ruined the evening's plans, but that wasn't about to stop Dad from getting some good footage. He took his camera onto the balcony to record some lightning strikes. Then, he got a little bit more than he bargained for. When you slow it down, it looks like the lightning struck the power lines outside the family's hotel room. That would explain the giant flash of sparks. Thankfully, it didn't cause a widespread power outage, and the heavy rain prevented a fire from starting. According to Dad, the sound scared the crap out of him, his wife, and their young kids. Based on his Facebook post, it sounds like the only building to lose power was his hotel. Thankfully, everyone was okay, and they enjoyed a nice pizza dinner inside after the strike. If you've been online since 2017, you've likely seen this next clip before, but it's just too good not to revisit in a video dedicated to insane lightning strikes. It was August of 2017. Oliver Dorian, an employee at the Bryson Lake Lodge in Quebec, had just gone inside to keep safe during a passing storm. For some reason, he set his phone up to record as he and his coworkers watched.
On peut pas sortir live! Non, 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 non! Oh! Là, l'électricité a coupé! C'est clair, gros! Hey! Cachez-vous, là! Cachez-vous dans le dôme!
Oliver and his coworkers can't contain their colorful language. Consider how you'd react if a lightning bolt obliterated a giant tree outside your home. They're lucky it didn't topple over and crush the entire hunting cabin. The man walking outside the yard at the beginning was their boss. The lightning struck about 20 seconds after he shut the door. Had he stopped to simply tie his shoe, he could have been outside when the tree exploded. Thankfully, he wasn't, and nobody was hurt that day at the cabin. The roof did sustain some damage after a large part of the tree clipped the front end. According to the National Weather Service, it takes thunder about 5 seconds to travel 1 mile. So, if you see lightning and can count 5 seconds before hearing that thunder, you know the storm is a mile away. But if no time passes between the sight and the sound, then the storm is right overhead and possibly getting closer. These firefighters learned that lesson the hard way when standing in the station garage. They recorded what they thought was a distant storm. Then, within 60 seconds, it was right over their heads.
Oh, is that what you...
That's the cloud right there.
Oh my. Oh. Look at that wall.
Look here. Yeah, but I'm saying the whole thing. Yes! That shit was right there. Jesus Christ! That bitch was right over top.
And we're assuming the bolt that made our cameraman turn away happened outside the station. Thankfully, they were all safe in the garage while more lightning battered the roof. This video shows why you should never underestimate a lightning storm. They may look cool from a distance, but can quickly turn and become extremely dangerous up close. Shenyang, China is a prefecture-level city in Liaoning province. As the provincial capital, it's home to about 9 million people, making it one of the largest cities in northeastern China. On August 3rd of 2020, a handful of people around the city watched as a massive bolt of lightning struck the high-voltage wires running from the street to the top of a tall building. They couldn't believe their eyes as sparks flew. Ask any of them, and they'll tell you it looked more like dragon's breath spewing from the rooftop.
哎呦我操！哎呦我操！哎呦我操！哎呦我操！
这是，哎呦我的妈！在哪儿呢？哎呦我，路上了。
Local reports claim the lightning strike didn't cause any damage and that power to the building and surrounding area was not lost. Now imagine looking out your window and seeing that in the distance. It obviously isn't a dragon, but wouldn't it be wild if it was? Lightning can strike anywhere at any time. When it does, the best thing you can do for yourself is to get inside and wait out the storm. Unfortunately, these boaters in the UK didn't have that opening when storm clouds moved over the water. Watch how close they came to getting struck while on their boat. It's funny how they instantly go from fear to excited disbelief. And we're not sure what they're saying, but it's probably along the lines of, "Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened." A similar scene unfolded at a small marina on June 9th of 2011. This time, our cameraman was standing on dry land when a bolt struck the nearby dock.
It is booming out. It's almost over.
5-6 minutes of really bad weather. See it now, it's hitting hard. That one, I might have got that on tape. That hit the boat.
Even in slow motion, it's hard to tell if the lightning hit the dock or the boat. It's unclear where this clip was filmed or if any damage was reported. One YouTube commenter claims it struck and destroyed one of the boats. If it did, hopefully the owner had decent lightning insurance. Apopka, Florida is an inland city located in Orange County. Like everywhere else in the state, it is prone to severe weather. On June 26th of 2018, a police officer in Apopka, Florida nearly jumped out of his uniform when lightning struck behind the station. Years of intense training couldn't have prepared him for this terrifying sound. Now let's watch that again in slow motion. Watch how the lightning comes in like a spider web in the upper right corner of your screen. It strikes something, perhaps a power transformer, which causes a massive mushroom cloud-like explosion in the distance. According to Apopka police, the strike was enough to knock out the station's power. They also had to call the fire department when a thin haze was reported inside the building. Thankfully, they got everything up and running again, and there were no interruptions to emergency services. Zunyi, China is a prefecture-level city in Guizhou province. About 6.6 million people live between the metro area and the city's rural outskirts. One of those rural locals was in for a real shock on April 18th of 2024. He was sitting inside to wait out a thunderstorm when he heard a massive boom outside his home. When he finally came out to investigate, it looked like nothing had even happened. After watching his security footage, the man went outside to investigate. It's hard to tell if the strike caused any damage or if the area already looked like that. He points to the roof as if to say that's where the lightning hit. We're thinking it hit the power lines, thus causing the giant spark wave. For as intense as it was, it's a miracle the damage wasn't worse. In late August of 2022, a low-pressure system over Japan's Chubu region produced some extremely powerful thunderstorms. Heavy rain led to flooding and landslides in some areas, while relentless lightning strikes kept people up at night. One of those locals decided to record the storm when they couldn't sleep. They captured the moment when two lightning bolts struck too close to home.
What's that?
You can see the exact moment when the lightning hits the power line. It was no wonder why 146,000 homes across the Chubu region lost power that night. According to Japan's weather agency, these lightning strikes were caused by Tropical Storm Miyari, which had struck the Izu Peninsula a few days earlier. All Gareth wanted was a nice holiday for his family. They had traveled from the UK to Monastir, Tunisia, a coastal city in northern Africa. They arrived in late August of 2019 and watched from their hotel balcony as a storm formed over the Mediterranean Sea. They could see lightning in the distance, but something told Gareth that the storm was getting closer. Let's just say he should have listened to his gut.
Yeah, we'll try. Yeah, just move away from anything now. Daniel, this is right above us. Get away from that pole and everything, Daniel, please. Daniel, come away from that pole and everything. Honestly. It's so big, it's so dangerous. Right above us. Eric's flying out. Oh, here it comes.
According to Gareth, his son was standing where the lightning struck only moments before. You can only imagine what may have happened if he hadn't told the boy to move. He described it as one of the scariest things he or his family had ever experienced. The children ran inside to cry and cover their ears. Meanwhile, the hair on Gareth's arm stood straight up for hours after the strike. It was a wild adrenaline rush, but he'd rather not experience it again. Paducah, Kentucky is the only city in McCracken County. It's patrolled by the McCracken County Sheriff's Department, which is responsible for protecting about 70,000 people between Paducah and 23 smaller communities. On March 28th of 2016, Sergeant David Shepard was heading home after a long day on patrol. Luckily, his cruiser's dash cam was still rolling when it captured this insane moment.
Well, it might help if you could go back through it. Well, two reasons. One, it would be...
Isn't it ironic that this video occurred in McCracken County? It's hard to tell, but the lightning strike actually hit the home off the right side of Shepard's car. The force was enough to knock his dash cam off its mount, but thankfully Shepard and the homeowners were okay. Unfortunately, the strike did damage the roof after causing a small fire to break out. According to reports, the fire department responded quickly and took care of it. If you enjoyed this video and want to see another just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.